r/adulting. Reasonable File 3907 says, what to do for extreme loneliness as a female in mid-30s. I'm 36 and have a couple friends, however these friends are not very good friends. I've tried making new friends, but being at this age it's much harder and it just seems no one else is as interested in being friends who support each other, make plans or include me in plans. I'm attractive and have a very friendly personality. I help anyone in need and very empathetic. It's very confusing why I can't get a boyfriend or have at least a handful of friends. The loneliness has gotten so bad I've gained 25 pounds in 1 year and now I can't fit into any of my clothes and am embarrassed to go out. I was a size 4, now I'm definitely not. I tried contacting my local United Way chapter to join and never got a response back. I'm just so alone and every day and every weekend I'm alone on my couch with nothing to do but drink to ease and numb the pain. I feel so far gone from myself, the only thing left I can think of is to go to like a rehab facility to be around people who would care for me and help me reset my body and mind. However, I don't think I can afford that. I just don't know what to do. Any tips or ideas? Cold Lawyer 1856 says, hey, I'm a man around the same age who has struggled with similar stuff. Here is what helps me. 1. Feeling like I'm responsible for others. I do this by having 2 kittens who are my best buddies. 2. Therapy. I know it can be hard to get in or afford, so if you're not able I strongly recommend you Google free CBT workbook. There are plenty. 3. Data. I started tracking what I do during the day and how I'm feeling. After a few months I was able to draw out some helpful information. 4. Old friends can be awesome to connect with. People you have already had shared experiences with are great. 5. Chilling out. I will find a partner eventually, but I need to be able to be just as happy without a partner. All relationships are temporary. The best case scenario is you die young. You will outlive your spouse on average 7 years anyways, so you will certainly be alone again even once you've found a partner. Fonafetish says, how do you track? Point 3. Excel. App? Journal? Seems interesting. Thelorix says, there's an app called How We Feel, which asks you how you're feeling at random intervals. You can also add information about what you're doing and where you are if you choose. Anothariada says, it's not necessary about friends right now, but maybe a bit of social. The Meetup app is good depending on your area. In mine there is always something going on. Quiz nights, meals, or lunches, walks, gigs. Learn a language, cooking classes, join a sports team. Don't look at it as meeting friends, but just meeting and socializing with people. The friends thing may or may not come. Sounds like you just need a bit of company in your life. Takes time, but only you can change it. Sporticket says, loneliness can be really tough, especially when it feels like everyone else is moving at a different pace. Finding new hobbies, connecting through online groups, or even joining classes might help you meet like-minded people. You're not alone in this, and things will get better. Kiwi Social says, having a third place is key. Show up at places regularly, workout classes, a coffee shop, a volunteer activity, have a thing, tell and a crossword at a local bar, whatever you need to make yourself familiar in other places. If you can, get a pet. Care for something that isn't you. Go to therapy and be honest. Majestic Bet 1428 says, yes, we need more third spaces. We also make cities more hospitable when we bike, take transit, walk and leave the car at home. We see our neighbors more frequently and we engage with a broader group of people of all different ages. Leave the car at home. Fickle Secretary 681 says, have you tried volunteering? Animal shelters, nursing homes, soup kitchens? It's a great way to meet people and feel good about yourself. It also kept me Subreddit spelling. Dreadicroger says, I listened to a YouTube video and a guy giving dating advice said the same thing. Volunteer and get out the house. Also, if people know you are single at these places, they might know a single men. People love to matchmake for other good people. Strasecarol says, she might not realize it yet, but sometimes loneliness pushes people toward the kind of personal growth they never expected. Newbie80 says, that sounds pretty and all, but it mostly pushes people into a seemingly endless spiral of self-destruction. Mission Room 9958 says, I'm 35 and feel similar. I had a big group of high school friends that lasted until our late 20s, and one by one we all kind of lost each other. I'm still close to 2 of them, but both of them are about to move. It's hard making friends in your 30s. It's a weird time. I understand the loneliness. I've tried doing activities to meet people, but it just doesn't happen. My ex-GF left me in December after 5 years together for a 60-year-old married man. I don't necessarily want a relationship right now, nor do I necessarily miss her, but not having her connection made me realize how lonely my life is. I just try to keep myself busy and hope it's just a phase. I've tried reaching out to other people I know that I'm not as close to, but everyone has kids and or is married. No one has time to hang out with some single person. Besides the loneliness, this has been the healthiest time of my life though. After my breakup I got super in shape. I can see my abs now. I'd highly recommend tweaking your diet and working out. You might be lonely, but at least you'll feel good about yourself. I also feel like it's easier for women to find others than it is for men, but I guess I'm wrong. r/adulting. Own Independence 7705 says, I was raised very sheltered growing up and know almost nothing about dating. Wanting to learn at my age, as I was raised the first boy to get heavily physical with is the guy I married, so I did. We are no longer together and it's been 5 years since I've been with anyone. Now 34F. How do you people date? I was at the register and the cashier openly flirted with me, but I didn't know. I was paying in cash and he told me that's gonna be $. And your phone number? I was totally caught off guard and thought he meant literally, so I looked at the terminal thinking he meant to input my number for some reason. It was really sweet and I wasn't opposed to it, but also knew he was a stranger, so if I go to that store again I may give him number, but don't know what dating is as I've only been courted for marriage. Thank you. Valuable Fly 8362 says, have a conversation. If the conversation is good enough, agree to meet somewhere and do something. If the meeting goes well, agree to meet again. Repeat until you decide to commit or give up. C0MPL14NT says, damn, women got it easy. Seriously, just keep doing what you are doing but watch yourself. Wolves in sheep's clothing are a common thing. Depends on what you are looking for though, where your head is at. To answer your other question, how do people date? That question has gotten increasingly more difficult for everyone as the years go by. I'm an autistic male, 37. Social dynamics have changed to such a degree that I had to give up dating altogether, not that I had much luck with it. My problem is that I can't read non-verbal cues. In the current social climate, it means that approaching a woman or even talking to one in a non-professional setting can put me at considerable risk of harm. Grand Dimension 7566 says, yeah, men have it harder, but women have it more dangerous. Adventurous Lion 547 says, sorry the marriage didn't work out. I hate to lead with this, and I'm sure you know, but be very careful about letting men proposition you like that. Not because men are evil or have no right to be straightforward, but because that cashier's timing and tone are an overstep. He didn't ask, he low-key demanded your number while you were shopping. He could be a genuinely good-at-it person with a brash streak, but understand that there are disturbingly popular books out there that teach frustrated men to basically intimidate their dates into submission, and microaggressions like that are often part of their tactics. The methods they teach involve a system of lacing their charm with a vague rudeness and pushiness, but only in small tolerable doses that are arguably innocent. Their goal is to identify if you have soft boundaries and to gradually gain dominance over the conversation. What I'm saying is, please trust your instincts and be quick to walk away from a stranger who is too interested. If you're confident that you can stand your ground and that's how you want to meet people, more power to you, but don't be surprised if those kinds of advances escalate pretty frequently. Necessary Tel 8637 says, no advice because I grew up exactly the same. Only had one man my whole life. Wish you the best, girl. Just Motorcycles says, you need a few mister. Right now, not mister. Right. It's always 70 says, 18 days ago you posted saying you got back with an ex after half a decade? Subject Variety 6289 says, first and foremost, safety is important. If you have close friends and or family, start sharing your location with them. If you aren't comfortable sharing it 24/7, you should still make it a point to share it when you go on a date or even go to meet someone casually. Impossible Maybe 162 says, you need to take care of yourself before dating. Squatting Dog says, I'm totally judging, but at 34 do you really want to invest in a cashier? That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.